Hello, movie people. Welcome to a new episode of the CineGuy. I'm your host, Steven Angulo. Let's talk film. Well, it's finally here. The latest in a young adult book adaptation. Only, let's just say, in the world of Harry Potter and Hunger Games, we got another Percy Jackson. Artemis Fowl, based on the popular young adult book series, now has a movie of its own. And let me just say, I can kind of understand why you guys are very excited about it. Now, I can't really say much about it because I haven't really read the books, only the first one by a graphic novel version. But I kind of understand the whole concept and why it will make a decent film. I mean, the story of a young criminal mastermind who kidnaps a fairy in order to prove their existence and holds her hostage, which embarks in this whole kind of feel like a heist movie in a way. The stakes are high and her fairy counterpart trying to save her and everything. They're trying to negotiate with a kid pretty much. So yeah, this seems like it could be a good thrilling film for teenagers and young adults. So with an amazing concept that opens up a whole universe of many possibilities, why did it have to feel so rushed and just not long enough? For instance, the movie is only an hour and a half long. That's here's the thing, that's animated movie proportions right there. And there are plenty of animated movies that are 90 minutes long and they tell genuine stories. So how come with this one, it just feels like they're not giving me enough to work with? It just feels so rushed and something that probably should have been 2 hours long. It was just too quick. If you look at the first Lord of the Rings movie, it's almost 3 hours long. And that right there, it already dives into this whole fantasy world where you want to know what's gonna happen next. What happens with the hobbits that got kidnapped? Or are they ever gonna get the ring to Mordor? There's there's a whole goal right there, and you really want to be a part of the story. I mean, we've arrived into a universe of fairies, dwarves, and whatever the hell Josh Gad's character was. And you're telling me you can fit all that in just 90 minutes? Oh my gosh, I mean, no, there's gotta be a lot more to be told. I mean, it's understandable that the first book takes place entirely in the Fowl Mansion, but where are the stakes? A lot could be done, the whole book was Artemis negotiating with, the fairies, hey, you want your fairy back? I want this amount of money. This one, what do we get? It's all oh, I kidnapped your fairy. By the way, did I mention my father got kidnapped? That's pretty much it. Disney decided to change the entire story to fit more of a family demographic. I mean, that's not really what Artemis Fowl was about. Where are the tensions between him and Holly? They're not supposed to trust each other. Here is more hey, I'll set you free if you help me. Okay, cool. I'll be on your side. Awesome. No. And the whole father dynamic thing. Okay, I understand. Oh, it's a kids movie. Might as well bring a family into it. But in the book, Artemis Fowl's main focus was on his mother who had dementia. Okay, that could be also work. I mean, it seems a little dark for a kids movie, but in a way it could be understandable. There are plenty of kids out there with parents who probably have mental illnesses. This could have been a great way of, opening up and portraying it in a much more manner that kids can understand. I mean, he describes himself as a criminal mastermind at the end of the movie. You didn't criminalize anything. You kidnapped a fairy, okay, but that wasn't your main focus. You were trying to save it. I get that. Here's the thing. Artemis Fowl is supposed to be a bad guy, really. I'm pretty sure that as the books go on, he turns an anti-hero and then into a main hero. But here it's more of he's a hero. That's it. No, I mean, I wouldn't mind a character that I'm not supposed to like, because then, but then when you give him when they humanize him with his whole mother and everything, okay, then you start to like him. Here, I'm just feeling bad for a kid who lost his dad. That's it. I mean, yeah, it humanizes him a little too much. That's so to say. No, I gotta learn to like this character. I can't just feel bad for him immediately. No, there's just gotta be a lot more done. And the action scenes, oh my gosh. I mean, it was so fastly edited and like crazy. It felt more like a Spy Kids movie. Like, take your time. Not everything has to feel like a rush cinematography based like in the Kingsman movies. If that were the case, then this movie would have bloodshed. But no, it's a Disney film. It's not gonna have that. But like, I don't know. It just felt like they were appealing too much to kids, and like I said, it got Disney-fied hard, and that's not often a good thing. Well, one thing's for sure, and that is one thing: it works out on its own. Like, if I didn't know this movie was based on a book, I might have accepted it because it's something original and new, and the filmmakers were doing their own thing. Okay, but the fact that it's based off a book that they didn't take any source from, then that just proves that you're lazy and like you don't really, care about fans. Well, that's kind of harsh to put it, but it's kind of true. I mean, like, look at the Harry Potter films. The first movie borrow a lot from the book, but they miss a lot of key parts. But in a way, it worked because they made it. Not only did they make it its own, but it was still a treat to the fans. Here they try sort of make it their own that fans felt cheated off, and they don't want that pretty much. Well, at least the character was the right age and not a 20-year-old poisoning a teenager, Percy Jackson. So overall, it does have its moments, opening a world of pure opportunities, and who knows if like a sequel may come out, because this does feel like it could open up a franchise. But as a book adaptation, it really missed its mark. And like I said, I don't need another Spy Kids without a predominantly Latino cast. I'm talking about you, Spy Kids 4. What the heck was that? So my final rating is going to be 7.3 fairies out of 10. Unfair use for Colin Farrell. I mean, he's one of the biggest names in this movie. And all he did was get captured, and that's it. Wow. At least he got more Josh Gad, but then again, when is he never in a Disney film? But yeah, Disney, maybe next time you want to adapt the book, actually read the book and, pick a better direction, a much better screenplay. And one thing is for sure, I don't need to see dirt coming out of Josh Gad's ass. Alright, you guys, hope you enjoyed this review. Leave a like if you did, subscribe and join the crew. And until next time, do follow the Instagram at CineGuy Steven for more fun reviews. This is Steven Angulo signing off. That's a wrap.